Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Against the Public for January 26th. I'm very appreciative of you watching this video on a daily basis. I'm laughing because it's about the 35th time I've actually done this. And I can't stand mistakes, and I don't want to hear little noises behind me. And it's the analytical part that makes me pretty good at what I do, but it also drives me crazy when I'm trying to do this and I want it to be perfect. But anyway, this video is being done 8 o'clock Pacific time, so all numbers will be reflective of that time. We continue to crush bookmakers again on Saturday. Hopefully everybody who jumped on those single games, the 5-packs, the long-term passes, hopefully everybody's pretty happy right now. All access customers, 7-2 in the last 24 hours. Got a couple games pending for Saturday night. That's run our streak to 39-26, 60% winners, 1,057 units won over the last 7 days. That's number one amongst cappers with at least 60 plays. Over the last 30 days, all access customers, 2,187 units of profit behind 56% winners, number one amongst cappers with at least 230 play. So hit that link below. See how we did on Saturday. I think you'll like the results. And like I said, just a couple games pending. We're waiting on that Irvine game to finish right now against Hawaii. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining me. Before we jump into Sunday's free play, just want to give all access customers an idea what their card's going to look like for Sunday. Short college basketball card. We'll start things off with UAB and Memphis. I'll have 3 games in total. And guys, if you're not jumping on board with me with college basketball, you must be waiting for the NFL. 3-1 start to Saturday's card, adding to an 18-8 short-term overall run over the last 7 days. 32-17 college basketball total run, 66-43 over the last 30 days. That's 61% winners over the last 30 days, plus 1,866 units won. And that rolls right into 56% winners this entire season, plus 2,149 units. The NHL has 5 games on tap. We'll have 3 of those up on Pickdawgz.com. 55% winners over the last 30 days, 653 units won. I will also have a play on the side between the Portland Trailblazers and the OKC Thunder, which is your only NBA game on the Sunday card. 55% NBA winners over the last 7 days. And certainly, last but not least, the NFL absolutely smashing it. Customers are looking to build on an 11-1 run in the NFL. That dates back to the regular season. 8-1 run on the side, 7-1 run on the totals. Long-term customers, 18-8 in the last 30 days, ranked number one overall. Over the previous 90 days, 59.2% winners, plus 1,385 units. Also good for number one overall. Plays are on Pickdawgz.com as we speak, so don't miss out on Sunday. The thing that's good about the NFL, for most handicappers, I would say, definitely for myself, is when you dwindle it down to a couple of games, you can really zero in on the information. You don't have to, you're not looking at 15 games where you're trying to decipher which games you want to put on your card. The NFL has deciphered that for you. So it really makes, I feel, at least, this is my sharpest time of the year. So that adds up to a 9-game schedule for Sunday for all access customers. And thank you so much who jumped on long-term passes this weekend. Of course, I push this every time. The best package out there is my annual all-access pass. That gives you every play I release for the next 365 days for just $4.11 a day. That will take you all the way through the NFL and college football next year to this time in the NBA, the entire Major League Baseball season. You get the picture. Just $4.11 a day at Pickdawgz.com. Okay, let's head to college basketball. 8:43, 8:44 is your free selection starting at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 o'clock Pacific. Nebraska Cornhuskers travel to Wisconsin to take on the Badgers. Badgers are 8.5-point home favorite. A total 151.5. That's been bumped up from 7.5. Nebraska 12-7 straight up, 10-9 ATS, 10-9 to the under. They've lost 5 straight games. 2 of those as pretty significant favorites. They were 8.5-point favorite against Rutgers, and then at home again against USC as a 7-point favorite. And that that really, they went through a 6-game stretch where they had a cover streak, a 6-game cover streak, and right after that 6-game cover streak is when they've absolutely fallen off of the face of the earth. They're just 1-4 since that streak against a number. 4 of the last 5 games have cashed over tickets. Wisconsin 15-4 straight up, 11-7-1 ATS, 13-6 to the over. They're coming off a 2-point loss to UCLA, but did cover as a 3-point underdog. It was their first loss straight up in 7 games, but they did improve their ATS mark to 7-2 over the last 9. The last 2 games have cashed over tickets. For the Huskers, well, ever since they blew that 15-point lead against Iowa, this team just simply has not looked the same. Now they're at a point where, I mean, Fred Hoiberg is not burying his head in his hands wondering what's going on, but they do need to get a win. I'm not sure it's here. Probably one of the things you have to consider for Nebraska is, yes, the losses are piling up. They had an overtime loss their last time out. There was 3 other games of late that they've lost by a grand total of 11 points, and that game against Purdue was probably their only bad loss. So, yes, the losses are piling up. Yes, it probably doesn't feel good. I know Hoiberg is starting to feel that hot seat in Lincoln, but he still is in a good spot, possibly to make a tournament run. A lot of the computer rankings have Nebraska in right now, and it's going to get interesting too, because number one, he's got to have another option besides Bryce Williams. He seems to have one option at the end of the game, and although Bryce is a terrific player and usually makes those late shots, it's got to have a second option, and they just don't seem to have that right now. This team can still hit the 20-win mark and still make the postseason, but what's interesting about it is if you look at the schedule and the way that sets up for Nebraska, they very well could hit the 20-win mark with an 8-game losing streak inside their schedule. So that remains to be seen. But the simple question in this game is, can the Huskers put up high 70s, low 80s against a Badger team who has reached the 80-point mark in 12 straight games? That's the first time that they've done that since 1970, just to give you an idea of how special that run is. I think in the end, John Tanjay is going to light up the scoreboard again, and I think the Badgers are going to cover this game. I think they're just in a better place, and I think Nebraska is they're going to feel a few more losses. The end of their schedule is pretty friendly, but this next coming 2 or 3 games is not. So, like I said, probably an 8-game losing streak and probably a 20-win season. We'll see. Take Wisconsin minus 8.5. Now go to pickdawgz.com, where every individual play and every all-access pass is up there right now. And of course, that annual all-access pass, $4.11 a day. You get every play, every release for one low price. I can't thank you enough for joining me. I'm very appreciative of the numbers that I see, and I do feel like I have a loyal following. So thank you so much to everybody who watches or bothers to make a message or leave a message, I guess, on the YouTube page. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. I know there's mistakes. I'm not doing this video again. All the best to you and your wagers on Sunday.